Detective Alan Hart walked wearily through the labyrinthine alleys of his thoughts, each step echoing his internal struggle. His life had been a constant pursuit of meaning, threading together the disparate threads of existence into some coherent tapestry. But tonight, as he stood at the precipice of his own unraveling, the threads seemed to fray beneath his touch. Pushing open the door to his apartment, the air felt heavy with anticipation, mingling with the scent of uncertainty. It had been weeks of chasing leads and navigating the intricate web of clues that led him here at the very room that was meant to be his sanctuary, his harbor from the storms of the world. Yet, the sight that met his eyes was anything but comforting. In the dimly lit room, shadows danced on the walls, casting a distorted image of the reality before him. There they were, entwined in an embrace born of passion, yet it was not the passion he had known. Lisa and another woman, their connection more intimate than any case he had solved. Alan's breath caught in his throat, his heart pounding, not just from the shock of the scene, but from the profound sense of betrayal that swept over him. The world he had constructed, the narrative of his life, shattered in that moment. He wanted to confront them, to demand answers that could stitch the fragments of his reality back together. But his voice was silenced, his tongue heavy with the weight of his emotions. Retreating from the scene, Alan closed the door behind him with a hollow thud. His footsteps echoed through the hallway, each footfall carrying the weight of his disillusionment. His mind raced, trying to grasp the implications of what he had seen. Love and passion, the very cornerstones of his existence, suddenly twisted into something unrecognizable. In the days that followed, Alan found himself adrift in a sea of emotions, a sea that mirrored the vast expanse of existence itself. The existential dread that had haunted philosophers' thoughts for centuries now seemed to envelop him, a suffocating mist that clouded his sense of purpose. He was a detective, a seeker of truths, yet the truth before him seemed elusive. Then, like a whisper from the annals of philosophy, a phrase surfaced in his mind, amor fati, the love of fate. It was Nietzsche's call to embrace all aspects of life, the beautiful and the tragic, the joyous and the painful. In that moment, Alan felt a glimmer of understanding. This was his moment to confronting the absurdity of existence, to grapple with the unforeseen twists that life could take. Slowly, the pieces of his shattered world began to rearrange themselves. The pain didn't vanish, but it transformed into a fuel, a driving force that pushed him forward. Alan chose not to be a passive observer of his life's narrative, but an active participant, shaping his own destiny. As weeks turned into months, Alan's days were a journey through the tenets of existentialism. He dove into the works of Sartre, Camus, and Kierkegaard, seeking solace in their examinations of human existence. He grappled with the notion of authenticity, learning to accept his emotions without judgment and to embrace the uncertainty that life presented. His work, once a means to an end, now became a reflection of his inner journey. He delved into cases with a newfound sense of purpose, no longer seeking validation through his successes, but finding fulfillment in the pursuit itself. And as he stared into the eyes of criminals, he saw the reflection of his own choices, his capacity for both good and evil. Through the lens of existentialism, Alan found a path forward that was uniquely his own. He reconnected with friends who had fallen by the wayside, rediscovering the joy of shared moments. He pursued hobbies that had long been neglected, allowing his passions to rekindle his spirit. And in the quiet moments, when the weight of the past threatened to surface, he whispered, "Amor fati," to himself, reminder that life's tapestry was woven from both light and shadow. In time, Detective Alan Hart emerged not as a victim of circumstance, but as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. His journey was a triumph of authenticity, a rejection of inauthentic narratives that sought to define him. And as he looked back on the painful chapter that had led him here, he realized that the narrative he had crafted was no longer one of betrayal, but one of growth, transformation, and a love of the fate that had shaped him.